This has been one heck of a day. We are really at a crossroads, and it's been coming for a long time. This isn't something that started this week or today or a month ago or at the last election or the election before that. This has been in progress for generations. A while back, I wrote a book called America's Survival Guide: How to Stop America's Impending Suicide by Reclaiming Our Founding First Principles in History. And when the book was first published, a number of people said, "What do you mean, America's impending suicide?" Well, Richard Burr of the Detroit News was very kind, and he gave me a little squib about the book, and it said, "Michael Warren is the Paul Revere of the 21st century. Warning of an invasion of the American spirit. It's time for America to answer this intellectual and spiritual call to arms." I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so. For generations, we have been denigrating, and many people have despised our founding first principles in history. The first principles found in the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That when any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to establish new government, laying its foundation such principles and organize its power such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Those words in the Declaration of Independence were revolutionary in 1776, and they remain revolutionary today. Those first principles were embodied in our Constitution. And for generations now, we have ignored our Declaration of Independence. We have ignored and held in disdain not only those founding first principles, but the Constitution. And we are reaping the fruits of that terrible, terrible legacy. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. Our country is unraveling, and we need to remember what makes America great. And I don't mean that in a partisan way. I mean that in a literal way. We are a shining city on a hill for the whole world to see about what freedom and liberty can mean. And we're also a warning of what can happen when you ignore the foundations of our freedoms and liberty. So if you care about the future of the country, and I know you do, you need to really become educated about our Declaration of Independence and our Constitution and our history. Not only can you look at the book, americasurvivalguide.com, or Amazon or any other online retailer, but you can help join Patriot Week at patriotweek.org. We have a podcast called Patriot Lessons, American History and Civics. If we're going to renew the spirit of America, if we're going to save our country, we need to unite around what unites us and stop focusing on what divides us. Because we are not going to survive more years of this. So I hope you join me. God bless you, and God bless America.